Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. Today, got some new hardware. Hopefully this will make a couple of YouTube videos and my past videos, especially outside. The audio hasn't been that great, so I'm trying to improve that and made a small investment in some wireless microphone gear. I've done a lot of research, looked around, and I think this is probably going to fit the bill for me. I know this doesn't fit the bill for everyone. Indoors, I've got a really high quality setup. Basically, I use my ham setup for microphones, and I've got a relatively nice setup for indoor use. Outdoor, pretty much reliant on a long lavalier mic, which hardly ever works. If you've ever used one of those, it's one with a really long cord, plugs in the camera. And it varies on whether you have a mic input or not. I've got camcorders that I buy that always have a mic input. My DSLR, my newest DSLR has a input on it. Some of the older gear doesn't, and I end up using the Tascam to basically record audio. I record on both, and then in post, basically just use whichever audio sounded better in post. But let's get right to it. Today I'm going to be doing basically an unboxing. I have not even unboxed this yet. I just got this from Amazon. It's relatively inexpensive. It's under $200. I'll put a link to it down in the description. It comes highly rated. I did quite a bit of research. It was easy to get. That was a key thing. And it's inexpensive. Another reason I chose this is this actually does have dual channel. Especially as of recent, more people are in my videos. And it may be useful at some point to actually use this dual channel. The package that I got here, the receiver will receive 2, the other will receive 1. So we're going to unbox this, and I'm going to show you as much about it as I possibly can. And then I'll probably shoot a couple of videos. I'll kind of put a pause on this video and I'll record some footage afterwards, after I've shot a few videos with this, to give you a really good review. So this is going to be a complete unboxing, initial impression. And then I'm going to use this on a couple of videos and give you kind of my thoughts on it after I've used it. So, the box came wrapped in an Amazon box like it normally does. I've already taken it out of that. Doesn't look like there's any tape. I really love this phone. I don't know why. This is that really fine texture phone. So that's kind of a nice touch. So basically we've got inside, we've got a little happy card or not happy. Kind of cool. Kind of customer feedback thing. A set of instructions. And just initial impressions. Looking at it online, it looks probably better in person, to be quite honest. It's kind of a rubbery feel. It looked like online maybe that it was just a normal injected plastic, but it's not. It's actually a rubbery. I don't know how well that's going to come through on camera. Let's just get some zoom here on this particular device to give you, hopefully you can see that. But it's kind of a nice texture. It's almost rubbery. It's not super spongy. I like it. This is light. I'm assuming this doesn't have batteries. Probably going to have to go get some batteries. No big deal. So this would be the receiver. It looks like it has your standard camera mount. And this is a transmitter. The transmitter is slightly smaller. Same kind of texture, same kind of feel. I like the feel. There's kind of a comparison between the sizes. Let's see what else is in the box. Okay, so it looks like it does come with a XLR adapter, which I can try that. I've got XLR input. I may try that here a little bit later, see how that works. We've got Okay, some mounts, maybe a spare clip or the clip that actually goes with it, and a windscreen protector. So this, I'm assuming, is the shoe mount. Pretty basic, knurled, you know, not super tight threads, kind of loose. Not that that really matters, but you know, I've got a lot of machining videos, so that's one thing I'll point out. And this would be the mic. This is you know, your standard run-of-the-mill lavalier mic. It looks like it does have a screw lock. If you notice on these, they have a little bit of thread sticking out. So I guess that's so you can basically connect it up. Sometimes that can be good, sometimes that can be bad, depending on how hard you hit one of these. And it looks like an interconnect. So if you were thinking about this as far as accessories, basically they give you this style jack to interface, and this will interface to most cameras. Basically everything that I have, except interior, I could actually use this XLR based adapter. Pretty cool. And that's basically it. So you basically get a no carrying case, just foam cardboard box. Not a big deal. I really didn't expect to get anything. I will probably, however, cut out some of my own foam and maybe incorporate this into one of my bags. Just first impressions. When I first took this out of the box, I was a little squeamish because this is just a little wire mesh, but actually after kind of pulling on it a couple times, it seems like it probably works pretty good. It's not as loose as I thought it would be. It fits tight up against the back of this. So far so good. I'll have to get some batteries to go into further detail of this. I'm not even going to look at the instructions. This should be simple enough to where you can figure it out without them. Which it basically has some squeeze tabs. Both of these look the same. Looks like AA batteries. I actually like that. That actually works really well. This has got that nice finish like the rest of it has on the outer piece. And it has, that's pretty much perfect for my fingers to pull in and grab. I like it. Okay, let me go grab some batteries and we'll put these in and just get them turned on. We won't do any audio with these yet. I'll let you know on any audio that's actually coming from here, and you can kind of do a comparison. Okay, we have the requisite batteries. Need 4 AA's for this particular kit. Again, I like their battery holders. Really nice design, I like that. Goes in, pushes in nice. Hey, what do you know, it works. Basically everything looks like a blue tint. I'm going to go ahead and peel this off. Get this other battery in. And just so you know, the battery carriers, kind of make that out there. There's really only one way to put the battery in, or put a nice picture on there to show you how to get them in. They're easy to get in and out. And this only goes in one way. It's got a curved piece here, square piece on this side. Snaps in nicely. Now, one thing that I noticed right off the bat, the transmitter has a power mute button. I'm assuming you hold that to turn it on and off. So I just turned that off. The receiver has a hard switch. What do you know, it works too. Let me go ahead and peel the screen protector off. Okay, it looks like they instantly connected. They boot up in channel 1, and as soon as there's a connection made, this little antenna line will cut on here, which shows you that it's connected. So I'll kind of show you in real time here. So this is off. This is on. This is a receiver. I'm going to turn this on, and you'll see the blue light turn on that antenna. So if you had 2 of these, you would set it to just a different channel, and you would see that connected here. I really like that. That's really useful to use. It's quick, it's simple. So, pretty much by default, there is a line in on this as well as the lavalier. That does tighten down. You know, these aren't the the best machined pieces in the world, but they're adequate. The threads work really nice, and the knurling is relatively sharp, so you can get a good little grip on it. There's really not that many pieces to this kit. We'll take a look here at the, okay, that's really simple. Clip has a little expandable. It is metal, so the clip itself is actually metal, and it's got a relatively good feel. This appears to be plastic, so the part that actually clips onto the lav mic is plastic, and that should just clip in. There's a little slotted out area on the lav mic, and I'm just going to pop that in, and that worked without breaking. It's a really solid fit. Okay, the couple of components here that I have not tried yet is the input and the input. So you use one or the other. If you have XLR, you would use this. If you have what I generally use or will be using with this is I have a Canon SL2, which has an input, and I also have a VIXA, I believe it's a R500 camcorder. Is mainly what I use outdoors. So this would work for both of those. Indoors, I will probably never use this. I have so many other mic options indoors. I doubt I would ever use a lavalier mic, but who knows. But if I do need it, I have it. And I guess, at some point, maybe down in the shop, I may switch to XLR down there and put a little soundboard in to film machining videos, where I may use this, because that lav mic is probably what I'll use down there as well. Okay, I'm going to go shoot a couple of videos that I have planned with this, just to add to my initial thinking on how well this is going to work. And I'll also set this up and record a small end section of this video. So stay tuned. I'll get this set up. I'm going to go try it in several other videos, and we'll try it with the Canon SL2. If that sounds okay, I'll probably just stick with that. If not, I'll switch over and record some on the Tascam. We'll see how good audio we can capture with this. Okay, so this is the lav mic, and basically I have it directly connected into the SL2. I'll cut to some footage here to kind of show you the setup. On mounting it to the camera, I'm not super impressed with the shoe mount. It's basically 2 opposing thumb screws, which it's really hard to get your fingers in there to get those really tight. So use caution. Obviously, if those come loose, it's going to swing around or come off the camera, etc. If you're set up stationary, it's not a big deal. But if you were like, let's say, you know, using this on a rig or running around somewhere with it, you'd want to be real careful because it's pretty leveraged. So if you basically push on the transceiver, it will unscrew and come off. I just kind of wanted to see. Cat jumped up in my lap just then. I'm interested to see when I see this video, you know, did a lot of that brushing or any of that come across the lav mic? I don't think a lot of it will. This probably works pretty well for this type of application. I did go outside, shot a little bit of video, and in high wind, which it is right now, it doesn't work so well. You have to get, you know, obviously out of the wind. I would need probably a lot more cover over this to do something outside, and I typically try not to shoot outside when there's high wind, and that's basically what I'm going to go off of. If at all possible, I just won't do that. As far as a review of this, I would have to give it 5 stars for the amount of money that it cost, how well it sounds. It does function really well. I think the battery life on these is about 8 hours, which is a lot of audio for a set of batteries. So as far as what you actually get for the money, I think it's well worth it. I could afford, if I needed to, if I had to have multiples of these. They're very inexpensive. We're some of the commercial units that are professional grade, I guess. You could easily get into the you know, hundreds if not thousands of dollars for a setup. And on this one, all I would have to do to get the dual channel is just purchase another transmitter, which I'll likely do. I'm pretty happy with this. It's really easy to set up and get linked up. Kind of wanted to show you here how I've got it set up. May or may not be ideal. I've got this running up through my shirt. This is the audio. I'm kind of just going to walk around the camera. Test 1, 2, test 1, 2. We'll see how well that audio comes out. So let that be the review of the actual audio quality. Again, this is indoors. Outdoors in a high wind, doesn't work very well. Down in the shop, it works great. It's phenomenal, especially if I'm working on the Razor or something like that. I can move all around the Razor and be working on it while taking the shot. And it sounded great and very little rubbing. This is kind of how I had it set up down there and really didn't have an issue. Here I may have more of an issue because when you sit down in the chair, my shirts are long and it kind of pulls on it just a little bit. So it's probably a little tighter to me than it probably was down there. So if you hear that, that's where that's coming from. Anyway, I'll just do a close up here. You can see this. I'll put a link to this in Amazon. Has a really good shot on the back of what you can expect to get in the package. So basically you have your lavalier mic, your clip, XLR option, regular 3.5 millimeter option. The belt clip, it shows it's separate, but it was actually already installed on my unit. I don't know if all of them will be like that. There's a windscreen. One thing I'll say with these, just from owning lav mics, really make sure you keep up with this windscreen. And if you can, get a couple extras because these do come off, pop off, you lose them, that kind of thing. The one negative thing, again, I'm not really going to beat on this product for being like a super high-end wireless mic, although I'm getting really good results with it. I don't like the shoe adapter. It does work. I would only use a shoe adapter in a static setup. So like basically I've got the camera on a tripod, I'm not touching it, I'm not fooling with it. Simply because a little bit of pressure anywhere on that the receiver will cause it to twist off and come loose and actually can fall out of the shoe. Which, you know, it would hit the ground, or worse, if it's attached to the camera, it's going to pull on the cord. Don't like that. Who knows, maybe I'll machine one or buy one that's different. It's a standard mount, so any shoe mount that you bought that has a standard tripod style 1/4 inch will work. This is an option that I have chosen to go with as far as wireless. I think I'm going to like it. Anyway, thanks for watching the videos. If you haven't subscribed, please click that subscribe button. Be sure to click the bell to be notified on new videos. I appreciate all the new subscribers. If you have a comment, leave me a comment below. If you have this unit and you like it, let me know. If you don't like this unit, let me know. I'm interested in experiences other people have had with it. A lot of times it gives me ideas on how I may make my video better.